Hello everyone, and thank you for joining us for this webinar, Advanced Lead Generation. It's going to start off by introducing us. My name is Natalie Davis, and I am the Director of Inbound Marketing at Impact. I'm also here with Bob Ruffalo.
Hello everyone, and I am the founder and CEO of Impact Branding and Design, and make sure you guys follow us on Twitter, at Bob Ruffalo and at Natalie Impact. Those are our Twitter handles.
Before we begin, I just want to call your attention to this free worksheet that we developed. It's really great. It will walk you through exactly what we're talking about in this entire webinar, so you can go through and fill out different aspects.
They're gonna learn more after they watch the webinar. This will be a tool for you guys to use, so we'll review it again at the end of the webinar, and we hope you enjoy it. So make sure you download it. So today for our agenda, we're going to briefly go over how to drive relevant traffic to your website, but this is going to be very quick, as you guys should already know how to drive traffic to your website. If you don't, please download one of our other ebooks or go to our website and learn how to drive traffic. We'll go over that very quickly. But then we're going to get really to the meat of what we want to talk about today, and it's generating leads. So we're going to do that using offers. So we're going to help you decide how to choose an offer. You can put those offers behind forms on landing pages. So we're going to go over landing pages today. You can drive traffic to those landing pages. How? Using calls to action. And then we're going to show you how to measure your landing pages and measure your offers. So you're going to find out where your leads are coming from. We're going to teach you guys a little bit more about turning leads into customers. We're going to hit that briefly. That might be another video for another day. We're going to talk about that very briefly. Same thing with closed loop reporting.
So first we're going to start off with different ways to drive relevant traffic. So according to the inbound marketing methodology, these are the 3 ways that you want to drive relevant traffic to your website: blogging, SEO, and social media. And we're going to take these one by one, and then we're going to talk about how all of these work together. So starting with blogging, the goal of blogging is to really create that trusted advisor status. You want to produce articles that show that you're an expert in your field. You want to try to make titles that are going to be something that your audience is searching for in the search engines. And keep in mind that the more often you blog, the more chances you have to get found in those search engines. So you want to make sure that your blog and your website are SEO friendly. One way that you can check that is by using the HubSpot Page Grader tool, which will give you a breakdown of how well you're doing that. Also, you want to make sure that you do your keyword research so that you know what types of keywords you want to include in your different types of content and what you can actually rank for. Lastly, you want to make sure that you're building up your links on local profiles and directories, and you want to make sure that you're creating content that people want to link to. The last thing you want to build up is your social media, and you want to make sure that you have a qualified following in your social media accounts so that these people are interested in your content that you're producing and you're putting out there, and they will link back to your website, and you'll get a lot more traffic through your website from these social media accounts.
So basically how all 3 of these are going to work together is you have these great blog articles. They're very search friendly. You're building up a lot of them, so now you have a lot of opportunities to be found in the search engines. So as long as you have your blog titles that are relevant to the search terms that people are typing into the search engine, you have a lot of opportunities to be found. The more often you blog, the faster you start getting results and driving more traffic to your website. Blogs naturally drive 55% more traffic to your website. And social media, to mix that in, you send your blog articles to your social media profiles, and people are going to be sharing your articles, and you're going to continue to build that very relevant, that very qualified following.
So now Bob's going to talk a little bit about choosing your offers.
All right, so let's talk about creating offers. And the whole goal of creating offers is to attract buyers when they're in their information gathering stage. So you want to make sure you have offers that are informational, that are creating that need for your product, but at the same time educating your audience on why they need the product that you or service that you provide. At the same time, you need to make sure you're building up trusted advisor status. So say you have a white paper, you have an ebook, you have a video, webinar, whatever the offer is going to be, you want to make sure you're coming across as a trusted advisor. And at the same time, you need to make sure you're showing an understanding of their need. So you need to speak to them. The whole time here, you're going to try to push them down the sales funnel, which we'll go into, but make sure that you are building that status, you're understanding what they're talking about. Now, in exchange for these offers, you need to collect their information. So we have to put this behind a form. We'll talk about landing pages in a little bit. And of course, we want to talk about the definition of a lead. and that's contact information given by a potential customer in exchange for some offer. Very basic, but if you have a lot of different offers on your website, you're going to generate a lot of leads. Right, Natalie?
Absolutely, Bob. So in case Bob wasn't convincing enough on why offers are so important, here's a couple stats we put together for you. The first one being that 50% of qualified leads who come through your website are not ready to buy. So that's 50% of leads that you could be losing if you aren't creating these offers that will attract that percentage.
So you're saying if I create more offers that are going to attract people that are not ready to buy but inform them, I can double my sales?
That's what I'm saying, Bob. And then our second stat here says that 23% of people who are searching for a solution will buy within 6 months, but 2/3 of those people who are looking for solutions will buy eventually. So you really, really want to stress the importance here of getting those people in your sales funnel and really nurturing them down the line so that they're ready to buy. And whenever they are ready to buy, they're going to turn to you.
So 23% of the people are going to come to your website and going to say, okay, maybe I do want to contact them. I have a need. I'm going to start buying right now. But the other people that come to your website, the majority of the people come to your website are identifying, do I have a need? And if you don't have offers to attract to those people, you're going to lose that lead because once they leave your website, they're probably not coming back. So you have to make sure you capture them and get their information. So what types of leads are there that come to your website, Natalie?
Well, let's start with unaware buyers. These are the buyers who are just looking for information. They don't want to contact you yet. They don't want you contacting them. They just maybe want to download something or read an extra little bit about what they're looking for.
And that's to your website through a blog article. That would be your unaware buyers. They don't even really know why they're on your site yet, but they know they're finding the information they're looking for, so they're staying. And by the time they finish that article, they're going to become
interested buyers. That's where they express an interest. They downloaded something, they read a blog article. Now they want a little more information. They're thinking, maybe I do have this need. So that's where they might look for other content on your site that they can download, which will really tell you, hey, they're a little bit more interested. They're going down the sales funnel a little bit more. And that's where they get to, where they recognize that they do have a problem.
So if we go back to interested buyers for a second, these are going to be people, they're going to be giving you their information at this point. So they're saying, I'm serious and I need to learn more about this, but they're trusting you not to contact them at this point because they're not ready to talk to a salesperson. Don't forget, we're living in a world right now where people are blocking out salespeople. So this is a inbound marketing methodology, which is very hands-off. And they are trusting you to get the information they need, and they're collecting their own information. And by the time they are ready to buy, they will want to talk to you, but they're not ready at this point. And to really coach them to that point, like Natalie just said, they get to that problem recognized point where they're going to start not just qualifying do they have a need, but they're going to start qualifying you. And that's where they're going to want to look at your case studies. They're going to want to look at testimonials. They're going to want to learn why they should work with your company. And that's the point where you need your offers to really say, hey, listen, I'm the best of the best. I am the one that you want to work with. And once they watch your case studies and they watch the testimonials and they watch the reasons why they should work with you, that's when you need to get them to the ready to buy stage. You push them down. You got them all the way from reading a blog article down to ready to buy status, and that's a sales ready lead.
So here's kind of what Bob briefly touched upon with different types of content. Whenever you have a top of the funnel lead, things like ebooks, webinars, and industry reports are the types of things that they would be interested in where they're just looking for that information.
Introductory type offers.
So then you move them down to the middle of the funnel. You can get a little more advanced here. You can show them some case studies, show them some customer testimonials. This is where they're a little more interested in your company and how you might be able to help them solve this problem that they finally figured out they have. And then you get them down to the bottom of the funnel where these are people who are very interested in possibly making that sale for you. You might want to send them a proposal or set up a meeting or even do a trial or a demo of your product so that you can really get them to that point where they say, yes, I'm ready to go with you.
Now I'm going to throw you a little wild card here, Natalie. So you're saying I should get rid of all contact us and request a consultation off my website and say just put ebooks, webinars, and industry reports on my site?
I'm not saying that completely, Bob. I'd say definitely keep that contact us there because there are those people who do come to your site and they do want to contact you right away, and those are perfect leads for you. Those are people that you want to get on the phone with right away. So keep that, but also keep a variety.
Yep, because people are going to come to your site and they're going to enter at all different levels of your sales funnel, and that's the goal here is that yes, keep those bottom of the funnels because you are going to get those, but there are a lot more people that are not going to come in through the bottom of your funnel. They're going to come in more towards the top. So you're trying to attract at all levels of the sales funnel. Sound good?
That sounds good, Bob.
Okay, let's keep going here. All right, so next part here, we're going to talk about making your offers remarkable. And, if they're not remarkable, why would anyone even want to download them? So, Natalie, why don't you tell us what makes a remarkable offer?
Well, you want to start with knowing your target audience. You want to know, what does your audience like to download? What do they want to read? What do they want to watch? And that's where you want to really dive into your buyer persona. And that's really just kind of a fictional representation of your ideal lead. Thinking of things like, what age group are they? Where do they live? Things like that. What really creates your perfect lead, and how can you target that person? And then what you really want to do is make sure that you have a lot of variety in your content, so that maybe one person who likes to read maybe an ebook would download that, but another person might want to watch a webinar or watch a video. So you really want to make sure that you're catering to all different parts of your types of your leads.
And here are some examples that we kind of just skipped right over to. And this is a great graph to show some of the most popular offers. You can see they're different types. So downloadable kits, free trials, ebook, live webinar, record video, white paper, and a demo. And these are actually offers that are all over the sales funnel. Downloadable kit. Tell me about a downloadable kit, Natalie.
That would really provide a couple different aspects of your company, or maybe different aspects of your product for your leads, so they could see maybe a video, maybe a brochure, things like that, so they get a little taste of everything. And as you can see, that's a very popular way, a popular type of content that people like to download.
So you can stick them all, put them in one big zip file, and let people download it, and they'll get all the information they're looking for all in one shot. But you can see free trials, another great offer, especially if you're a software company, or if you have something that you can put something on a trial for. Ebook, and that's very top of the funnel. It can be an introductory ebook, but we've built ebooks that are more bottom of the funnel. What it's like to work with impact. We made that into an ebook, and so that could serve as a top of the funnel offer or a bottom of the funnel. We can do a live webinar. Have people register for that if they're interested in the webinar. Clearly they're going to be a lead. Record video. Who does those? So just like this one you're watching right here, this is a great offer, and it will be an offer for us when we're done recording it and we publish it live. White papers, demos, you guys get the point.
So whenever you have to make all these different types of offers, it's going to be tough if it takes you too long to do it. So here's a couple different things, a couple different ways that you can make these offers quickly so you don't get bogged down with just creating them. One way to do that is to reuse old content. There's really no reason you can't take a couple different blog articles that are about the same thing, put them together, and make an ebook out of it. Kind of in the same direction there, taking maybe a video that you did and a blog article, combining the two and making it a little different, and it might attract a different audience. You also might want to take something that you see online and add some value to it and make it a little bit better, and then you can put that out there and attract your audience that way. I highly suggest outlining your content first, just as a way to produce content quickly, just by outlining it and then going back and filling it in. It saves a lot of time, and rather than just jumping in and trying to start from beginning to end. You always want to make sure that you're sticking to your purpose, which is really driving that lead down the sales funnel. So make sure that you're always producing content that's a little more in depth each time, and you're sending them to that different content each time, so that they, again, are driving down the sales funnel to becoming a sale for you.
And we're going to talk a little bit more about that too, and how we could help put, one offer could lead to the next offer, which leads to the next offer, which leads into a sales-ready lead. But one thing I want to talk about too is it's very important to create offers quickly, and we have to do this all the time. Natalie, that's your job here, is that, we have our clients, and we're trying to do a good job for them. We're trying to generate as many leads as possible. So having a lot of offers, a lot of landing pages, you're going to generate more leads if you do that. And this is something, Natalie, you do all the time, just creating offers as quick as possible and just getting them out there.
Absolutely. And once you really get a couple out there, you realize how you can do them quicker and get them out there faster. Exactly, and build upon them, so that, again, you can create all those different types of offers
as fast as possible.
As fast as possible.
And like we talked about, you want to push your leads down the sales funnel. This is a very simple graphic, but that's the whole point. So you want to take your top of the funnel lead, push them to become a middle of the funnel, push them to become a sales ready bottom of the funnel lead. So you might have an ebook. It's an introductory ebook for us, like what is how to generate leads through your website. So you might have an ebook. Then we're going to say at the end of that ebook, make sure you watch our recorded video, how to generate leads from your website. So you're pushing them down there, and maybe you have to send them an email and a lead nurturing campaign, which we'll discuss later on in this recorded video. But you want to get them to become that middle of the funnel, push them from there maybe to what it's like to work with impact, and continue to push them down until they are a sales ready lead.
So now we're going to talk about landing pages and creating landing pages. We're going to start with this.
What a good looking landing page.
Great looking landing page.
Shout outs to Bobby Kane here at Impact for laying out this landing page for us.
And this will just give you a visual representation of different aspects you want to have on a landing page. And we're going to dive a little bit deeper into those and how you want to create those and get them on.
So you're going to tell us why this is a great landing page?
I can tell you why this is a great landing page. This is why it's a great landing page. You want to make the user want to download that offer that you have. In our last slide, you could see there was an image of it. It makes it look exciting, enticing. And you also want to focus on the value of the offer. Maybe break down in bullets, say what you're going to get out of downloading this. Why is it important that you do download it?
You almost want to make the viewer feel stupid for not downloading it. You want to push them so much that they want to have this offer in your content by bolding bullets, and you want to make it so enticing that they have to have the offer, and you're going to convert a lot more on those landing pages.
Now you also want to think about what necessary information do you need to get from them whenever they get their offer in return. So think about your form and what you need to collect on that form so that it's of value for you. Of course, you want to make sure with everyone on their cell phones and social media on their cell phones, if they're clicking on links, that your landing pages are mobile friendly, because if someone can't see it, they can't fill it out. Same thing with cross-browser compatibility. You want to make sure that people using different browsers and different versions, everybody can see and fill out your landing pages.
So as Natalie alluded to before, the form on your landing page is critically important. You want to make sure you're collecting the right amount of information on your leads, especially at the right stage. So if someone's downloading a top of the funnel offer, you might not want to ask them 20 questions because they're probably not going to fill it out. They don't know who you are. They're not ready for that yet. So you want to make sure that you're getting the information that you need and allowing them to download the offer that you have on that page. Progressive profiling basically is maybe at the beginning you're getting a little bit of information, but maybe once you get into the middle of the funnel offer, you're asking them for a little bit more. And once you get to the bottom of the funnel offer, you're getting the full amount of information that you actually need to move them along the sales process. And obviously, A/B testing on these forms, maybe you think the words that you're putting on your landing page or on the button is what your target audience is going to convert. But if you find, you just may be testing, you do one landing page and you test it against another landing page, you might be surprised at the results. So you might want to actually test that out and see what your target audience really is going to be converting on.
So kind of like what Bob just touched upon, monitoring your results with A/B testing, maybe seeing if one landing page does better than another. What was it that you changed on that other one that made it do better, or why did the other one do worse? A couple of things that you're going to want to look at on these landing pages is the amount of views that they get, their conversion rates, how many people are actually filling out that form, and how many people become a new lead through filling out that form. And then eventually, how many people who filled out that form on the landing page actually became a customer. Those are all really important stats that you want to look at to go back and really decide what's working and analyze your results and improve on what's working or what isn't working for you.
And one thing we didn't really touch on is that there's software that does this. And the software that we use for that is HubSpot. And it makes it very simple. You can create simple landing pages, create the forms, put your offers on these landing pages, and you'll have all the stats. You'll know exactly which pages are performing the best, which ones need improvement, and you can go through and optimize your lead generation on your website.
Yeah, absolutely. HubSpot makes it very easy to do all of these things. A/B testing it automatically will track all of those different stats for you, so you really don't have to do much other than just create the two options that you want and just see how they do by the end of it.
And if someone wants a free trial of HubSpot, who should they contact?
They should contact Impact, Bob.
And we'll set up a free trial for you. We'll make sure that we show you how landing pages work, so you don't have to do it on your own. And with every landing page there are some landing page don'ts. So here are some of the don'ts that you don't want to do on your landing pages.
One thing you definitely don't want to do is highlight other offers on a landing page. You worked that so hard to get them to that landing page, don't distract them and put them somewhere else.
So no calls to action, minimize the distractions as much as possible.
Exactly. A couple things you don't really want to ask for unless it's absolutely mandatory is someone's home address or their age. Those are just kind of no-nos in general. People don't like giving out their home address, and people just generally don't like giving their age. So just putting those two fields on there really lowers your results of a conversion rate.
What about credit card numbers, social security numbers? Should you be asking for those?
Probably not a good idea.
So, but I guess the point is really only collect the information that you absolutely need and make sure it's appropriate for the offer that you are exchanging for that information.
Exactly. And then kind of moving along with navigation, you really don't want to have a navigation bar at the top where people can go back to your home page easily or go to another page on your site. If you got them to that page, you want them to only see that form, see that information, and go through with actually downloading your content.
And like we said before, don't ask for more than is necessary. It's just you're just losing you're lowering your conversion rate and making it more difficult, and you're going to generate less leads.
So now we're going to move into call to action development. We have these great landing pages, but now how are you actually going to attract people to those landing pages and get them there?
And you need calls to action to do that. So your calls to action should always engage the user. So if they are reading a blog article and they're starting to get this information they start to identify a need, and you want to push them down the sales funnel and get their information in exchange for an offer, you need some kind of graphic or text that's going to engage the user. At the same time, you want to make sure you're providing clear understanding about the offer, so just enough to engage them to get them to that landing page where they can read the content there and feel stupid if they don't download it. So you have to get them to the page. It's the whole point of the call to action. It could be a graph, it could be a text, however you have to do it. Call to action, the whole purpose is just to get them to a landing page so they can convert and become a lead. Help them identify that need. Again, you're going to do that with the blog article. Push them down to an offer in a blog article, and encourage the user to make a decision. And that decision is download that offer. It's what they need, and get their information in exchange for.
So here's an example using HubSpot of a call to action that we like. As you can see, your eye goes right to that start your free trial today. You know if you click on that, you're going to be starting your free trial. It makes you want to do it right now, where it says today. Kind of creates some urgency. Just by looking at the page immediately, you see you're getting a 30-day free trial. It gives you that information. To the left, they say why. You want to get found. You convert, analyze, integrate. It just makes it seem like you need to download this. You need to try this free trial.
Now, is this an example of good calls to action or bad calls to action, Natalie?
This is a bad call to action, Bob. You really don't even see the call to action to begin with, which that you don't want to do that, because if people can't see the call to action, they're not going to click on it. If you look over to the right, that is where they have it.
Submit a credit card application.
And it's not exciting. It doesn't make you want to do it.
The print button is actually almost as prominent as the submit a credit card application. I'm sure that's not what this website wants to do.
Yeah, so all the people visiting this site, I mean, not very many probably even see that call to action. So that's the first step there. So we would not recommend doing something that really blends into your site, whereas the HubSpot one jumped out of the page and really brought your eyes to it and made you want to download it.
So let's talk about where we should place the calls to action then. So as we saw, that wasn't good placement versus the HubSpot one, which was good placement. All calls to action should always be above the fold. You land on a page, you want to get the main purpose. The main purpose of your website is to get leads, right? So make sure it's in a spot. They don't have to scroll all the way down the page to finally find what they're supposed to do. Maybe it's appropriate in a blog article, but it should still be in other parts of that page above the fold. Your homepage. People are going to your homepage are probably going to see you directly. So skip the step, make them look for how to contact you. Give them multiple options on your homepage on how to contact you. And maybe have different offers that attract buyers of different areas of the sales funnel. Get your top of the funnel, your middle of the funnel, and bottom of the funnel leads a place to go when they get to your homepage. All your subpages should be at least one call to action every subpage, maybe two, maybe three, depending on what the subpage is. Every blog post should have calls to action, and every blog post in a inbound marketing methodology style website should be pushing your reader down the sales funnel to an offer to generate into a lead or to turn into a lead.
And again, just to drive the point home, you don't want to have calls to action on landing pages. You already used a call to action to get them to that landing page. Don't get them off of there. All right, so Bob just talked about on-page calls to action. Now you're thinking about where can I put calls to action off-page. One way you can do that is in your content and your offers, maybe throughout your content or offers or at the end of it. You could say, hey, if you want some more information, give them something that's a little more down that funnel so that they can convert a little bit farther and you know that they're a little bit more interested.
Turning more into a sales-ready lead.
Right. Also, if you're doing a presentation or if your company's in some sort of event, you can always direct them to have calls to action so that people can download different things so that they can learn more. It's just a great place to really drop in more information about your offers.
Kind of like the second slide of this presentation, right?
Exactly. In your social media, you can do shout outs, you can do pictures, things that entice people.
Tweets. Twitter works out tremendously for us. I mean, we constantly tweet our ebooks and our videos and our offers, and we're generating a lot of leads here at Impact from Twitter. So use your social media outlets. You will drive leads from them.
Right. And then also in your email marketing, send people updates. Maybe you created a new piece of content. Maybe you have something you think they might be interested in. Send it right to them. Send it to their inbox. And that's just a very direct way of getting to them.
And maybe you've had a lot of leads too that you've talked to 6 months ago. Maybe they started to go cold. Using your email marketing, you can warm them up a little bit, drive them to a lead, and you know what? Or drive them to an offer. And you might find out that these leads are more warm because they're the ones that clicked first. And you might actually want to re-engage with some of them. Exactly.
Also, just in your email signature, so that anybody who gets an email from you will see this offer that you have. It's just a very non-intrusive way to say, hey, look what we have here. This might interest you.
And they may share it. And people forwarding off your emails, and there's an offer, you might find a lead that you didn't even know, right?
Exactly. But also, if you want to go an extra step and do paid advertising, that's also a great way to target people who are looking for information that you have in an offer.
Like I always tell my clients too, there's a lot of ways to drive traffic to your landing pages and to your offers organically. And I always say if you need to get from A to B, don't do paid advertising because there's so many other ways of doing it. But if you need that extra boost and you need to get from B to C, pay-per-click is a good outlet to go. You just get that extra amount of traffic. It is effective.
So much like landing pages, you want to make sure that you're testing your calls to action. You want to see what kind of click-through rate you're getting, how many people who are seeing it or clicking on it, how many people who actually click on that call to action go through submitting the form, and then really looking back at the wide spectrum and seeing how many views to that call to action all the way to submissions you had. Those are all really important things that you want to look at to see which calls to action are actually performing well for you. Again, with A/B testing, maybe you want to create 2 different versions. You can change the colors, you can change what it said on there. And just see what does better for you. What do your leads react to better?
All right, now we're going to talk about conversion assists. And what is a conversion assist? Very interesting. It's a new tool that HubSpot added to their software. And the purpose of a conversion assist or the conversion assist tool is to show what pages are sending people to calls to action, sending them to landing pages. So just like John Stockton and Karl Malone, providing the assist to help generate leads.
So here's an example from our own website that we looked at, just seeing which pages drove people to convert. As you can see right there, the top one had 90, that page had 90 assisted leads there. So we know that that page was really helping people, driving people, and that's something that we want to take a look at and do more of and add more calls to action maybe on that page.
Perfect. So now we're going to talk about turning leads into customers. And some ways you're going to do that are lead nurturing and using marketing automation. You heard us talk a little bit about lead nurturing earlier, and that's the process of using automated marketing emails that are going to go to the lead automatically after they convert and download an offer. So say they download an ebook. One day later, you might want to send them an email automatically. Thank you for downloading this offer. Here's some more marketing material to go along with that offer. Maybe a week later, you say, we hope you enjoyed the ebook. Here's a webinar that goes along with it. And that webinar, you know, is a middle of the funnel lead or a middle of the funnel offer, and you're trying to push your lead to become more of a middle of the funnel lead. And then obviously you're going to, if they convert there, you can continue to push them down the sales funnel until they are ready to buy a lead. And obviously you're going to push them a consultation or wherever your bottom of the funnel offer might be. Closed loop reporting. And this is a very important process for those of you who are using a CRM and you want to identify what marketing channels are driving real customers. So instead of just looking at your entire marketing process and saying, well, what's generating traffic to my website, or looking and saying what's generating leads, you're saying, where did I spend my marketing dollars? At the very, very top of the funnel, driving people to my website, and what group of those people have turned into paying customers, and following that all the way through so you can make smarter marketing decisions. So in summary, this is a great graphic that we just recently came up with here at Impact, and this is credit to Tom DeCipio, and it's kind of showing two examples of a program where they're not using inbound marketing, and you can see the differences between the top and the bottom of somebody actually using inbound marketing program. I don't know, Natalie, you want to kind of walk through this a little bit?
Sure. As you can see at the top there, this is somebody who's just using regular outbound marketing. They're not getting a ton of traffic to their site. Through that traffic, they're really not getting very many leads out of it. They don't have offers like you would in inbound marketing, so people who don't want to hit the contact us button aren't converting. Then taking those leads, not many of those leads actually turn into customers. They might not be very qualified. They might not be the best person for you to contact. So by the end of it, you kind of come out, you're not sure where people are coming from. You're not sure where there's very few leads are even coming from, and you're kind of frustrated by the end of it because you're just not really seeing much coming out of your website. And if we look at the bottom here, Bob, you want to tell us what I should be doing, why my method wasn't working up there?
Absolutely. So first, you want to start driving more qualified traffic. And we talked about that in the beginning of this presentation. You had the blogging, you had the search engine optimization, you had the social media. That is going to drastically increase how much traffic you're generating to your website. You're going to have more importance on your website. Your traffic rank is going to improve. You're driving more traffic to your website. And of course, it's qualified traffic because it's coming from your blog articles, coming from search terms of people that are actually looking for the product or service that you're offering. And you're obviously networking with your social media. You're driving qualified people from that outlet as well. So now when you have that traffic to your website, you can see the difference between the 1,000 on the top and the 5,000 on the bottom. That is totally within an acceptable range and expected results. And we're looking at the traffic here. Now, in the first example, there's no offers. You're only maybe getting ready to buy leads because those are people who probably went to your website and they know they wanted to work with you. Well, down at the bottom, you're now attracting, using offers, people that might not even know who you are, and you're starting to push them down the sales funnel. You can see the 1% up here versus the cumulative 5% down here of turning traffic into leads. You're generating a lot more leads to your website. And now, by using marketing automation such as lead nurturing, prospect and lead intelligence, email marketing, all tools that are in the HubSpot software, you are going to be able to improve your ratio of leads to sales. And just making those small changes and implementing an inbound marketing strategy, you can see 17 sales versus maybe 1. As we keep looking through here, the top, they have no understanding of why. They're not tracking. They're not looking at their marketing statistics. They're not doing closed loop reporting. They're not doing A/B testing. They have no way to improve. On the bottom, add in all those tools. There's a good understanding of exactly what channels are driving traffic and leads and sales, and you can improve that over time. And look at the smiley face as a prospering, happy business. And must be an impact client.
All right, so now to bring this back around, this free worksheet that we have is going to walk you through everything that we just talked about. It kind of gives you a nice outline of what you should do to get started or what you should do to improve what you already have. So I highly suggest downloading it and at least going through and seeing what you have, seeing if you understand everything, seeing if you can even fill it out yourself. And again, that will help you improve what you already have there.
Shout out to Amanda Bizzuto for putting this together for us. I'm looking at it right now. It's a very simple PDF that you can download, and it's really going to help you identify how to start generating leads from what you have on your website right now. What is going to attract top of the funnel, middle of the funnel, bottom of the funnel, how you can test it out. I'm looking at it right now. They did a fantastic job putting this together. I'm really proud that we're able to offer this to you guys for free. So Natalie, is that it?
Yeah, Bob, I think we gave them enough information for today. They can go back again and analyze what they're doing and see how they can improve and really make the most out of their website.
And feel free, guys, please give us a call at our office, 203-265-4377. If you guys have any questions on anything you learned today, we'll be happy to set up an inbound marketing assessment with you. We'll give you 25 minutes to understand, learn about your business, and see if there's anything we can do to help you. Thank you again for watching our recorded video / webinar today, and we hope to talk to you guys soon.
Thanks, everyone.
Take care.